Welcome to the channel, everybody. Back today, gonna work some on this little parts caster stuff I'm making out of what I have, or was making out of what I had. So, kind of been a while since I had a chance to work on it. A lot of this stuff going on right now around the country and around the world. It's got everybody slowed down, got things changed up some, so hadn't really been able to do a whole lot with this thing. So anyway, today I'm going to show you what we got done and what direction I think we're going to go. All right. Where we left off the last time with this thing was just trying to get an idea kind of the way we wanted to do things. And if you hadn't, go back and watch the other video. But basically, this body was an old, I think, 60s or so era bass or baritone guitar something. And so what we're doing is converting it into a guitar somebody's already tried. And I don't understand with the bridge placement how it could possibly been anywhere near right. So before, our neck pocket was a whole lot different. It was angled odd. It was, angled this way. So, I've routed this out and, it don't look exactly, great, but I've got to smooth it out a little bit more, but I didn't have the right bit with the bearing on the top, so I had to just freehand it, so I kind of had to do the best I could with it. But I did get it to where, the neck's going to fit in. And like I say, I got to do just a little more work. I've had to take this little wood carving tool and work on there a little bit around. But I've got the neck where it'll fit in. So, I got to do just a little more finish work. There's a little bit of a gap here, but the pick guard will cover that. So that's not a great big issue. But now, I know before, I had talked about using this type of bridge with the string through body. And I've got this marked just roughly where it would be positioned to get our scale length correct. 25.5-inch scale. So what I've come up with, once I'd done what I did, use my pencil here to kind of mark this thing. Maybe it's not thick enough. Let's see if I can find something to stick under there just temporarily to get this thing into position. Okay, the angle of the pocket, the back side angle, when you have this set all the way down where it's supposed to go, this is like roughly, it said you put a straight edge on it, you come up here pretty high. So I'm going to have to take a little bit more out of here to bring the neck angle up. But if I take out enough, I think, to use this type bridge, it's going to really make the neck set too far down in the body. But what I'm thinking is using a wraparound bridge, like a brass bridge, like a GFS sells like a nice brass, wraparound bridge, and not even using this. That way that'll eliminate having to drill, the 6 holes and to put the ferrules in the back and, all of that. So, and it'll look better. This is going to look cheap. And the more time I put into this thing, the more that I'm thinking that I want to maybe do a little better job. But I've got to work on the neck angle. I don't say do a better job. I'm going to use better stuff. Okay, so that's roughly what we got right there. Uh, I'll just use this old bad pickup just use it to kind of demonstrate. But I can put a single coil, which I'm going to use most likely a Dragonfire dual rail, the single coil size humbucker. Probably use it, which it's going to be about basically that same size. And then I can position it here, which is going to put it ahead of where it would be like a bridge pickup on a Strat. It ain't quite going to be to the middle position, because the bridge position is going to be here, middle here, neck position here. I mean, I can do whatever right here, but this is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking it's going to give it a unique sound just to have that one pickup in that position. And I think those Dragonfires are 4-wire, I think. So I could actually split it, but I don't like the sound of a little humbucker, any kind of humbuckers with a coil split or coil tapping, whatever. I think they sound tinny and thin, and I don't like them myself. Seymour Duncans, like the Invaders or something, you can split them and they sound a little better, but most of the time not, in my opinion. So we're gonna, once I get this figured out, I've got to go get some dowel rod to go in here to fill these holes. I've also got to put some wood in all these pick guard holes and the old tailpiece holes to get rid of that, and then cut, fill it, whatever, sand it. So, and then I've got a brass knob. I'll probably use a brass knob, brass bridge. Just what I'm thinking right now, just like a wrap around bridge, wrap over bridge, whatever. Something that's going to look a little nicer. Plus, once I drill in this wood, it ought to have a good sustain. This is going to be a pretty good sized body. It ought to sound pretty, have a pretty good sound to it. So, I mean, when I was routing out this neck pocket, I could smell the tone, so I know it's the right kind of wood. But that's where I'm at with it. Like I say, the neck actually needs to be up here instead of down there, and I'm gonna have to do a little work in here. That's not gonna be too complicated. But to get it down to using that type of bridge like this, it's gonna, I'm gonna really have to do a lot of cutting out to get it down there, and that's gonna look messed up. So otherwise, I think using a more expensive looking bridge, if I have to, I've got some of the Gibson type bridges that I can use with a tailpiece if I want to. I mean, there's a lot of things, but I'm just thinking about those bridges like I think Earl Slick uses on some of his guitars and all. But I need to look at them. I'd actually like one where you can actually intonate the bridge, have more intonation rather than it being solid with just the one setting. So anyway, that's kind of where I'm at with it. I've kind of got a color picked out, but that's the neck pocket. I started the video, doing the routing and stuff, but it wasn't nothing exciting. So anyway, we're making progress on it. I'll probably I'll measure these holes. These are set too close together, whatever type of neck was on it. So I'll probably fill these holes and use a regular Fender plate. It'll fit back here. A regular Fender plate will work, or Strat type or Tele type plate will work back here. So if I go with that other bridge, that means I won't have to do all this drilling to drill the holes through and all that. So yeah, it's gonna look pretty cool, I think, when I get it all put together. So that's kind of where I'm at. And it actually got the pocket pretty decent, but you can see if I turn it, well, maybe just the angle of it, how it's angled back right there, more like a Gibson. It got more of a Gibson angle. I don't know the degree. I'd have to check it. It don't matter. All that matters is when your straight edge goes out there an inch over the bridge, you know that ain't gonna work. So anyway, that's that. Let me see if I can get this thing around here where you can see me. There we go. Something I'm gonna have another video coming up on in the next little while. Try to do it tomorrow maybe. Is the guitar I done with the Wilkinson. I think it's a VS50 or something. I'll have to look and see. But it's the 2-point trim that I got. That's got the nice saddles that adjust back and forth, setting your intonation with the set screw. That thing's total junk. I picked that guitar up yesterday. It's not even been out of the house. It's not been hardly off the rack since I built it. One of the posts, not the post part that goes in, not this part that goes in the body, but the part that screws down in it that your trim sets against, is bent. So, not only that, but the whole trim itself is starting to rust. And I don't have any problem with nothing rusting, in the house in here. So, anyway, I'm going to do a video on that. And, we'll take the thing apart and look at it and see what's going on. But it's not good. So, if you're thinking about buying one of those Wilkinson trims, I think it's, like I say, a VS50 or something. I'll have to look up the number, but, you might want to watch that video. Appreciate everybody, that's subscribed, the comments, give me a thumbs up, thumbs down, whatever, but try to get back into this. I know I haven't been doing much lately, but just a lot going on in the world right now. So, anyway, this is something we're working on, and if you've got an idea on a bridge, something that, you think would be better than that or whatever, just let me know. We can do whatever with it, or pick up or whatever. So I'm going to try to go ahead and get on with this thing and get it finished, because I think it's going to be really neat. It's going to be a cool little guitar. So that, a bunch of other stuff coming up. I'm going to try to get back into these videos. It's been, like I say, just too much going on. I'm not a full-time YouTuber, so if you're subscribed and you don't see a video for a week or two, I'm still out here. So anyway, guys, I just wanted to update you on this thing, and until the next time, see you.